Are we supposed to go over part 2? Or can we just skip it?
Part 2.
I think whatever you guys want to do. Probably what we do in the group quiz is basically that.
Yeah, I think it's the same anyway.
And I say we just start the quiz thing here.
What are you eating?
Black olives.
Oh, gross. Oh, you're eating them like grapes. Oh.
Yeah, I love black olives. I love green olives.
Oh.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Like if they put the olive dish in front of me, they'd be gone before the meal even started.
When I lived in California, we had olive trees, and they're so messy. I just remember olives. Anyway, messy.
Delicious.
I like green olives.
I like them too.
I only like them on pizza.
They are good on pizza.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I'll start. For questions 3 through 9, please use the following information. A public opinion poll surveyed a simple random of 1,000 voters. Respondents were classified by gender, female or male, and by voting preference, Republican, Democrat, or Independent. The results are presented here. In this set of questions, we will explore the research question, do men's voting preferences differ significantly from women's voting preferences? Use a level of significance of alpha equals 0.05. So if I remember correctly, I think it's the alternative is that they're independent and the null is that they're independent and the alternative is that they're not, right?
Yes.
So it would be the first answer. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Sweet.
So, what is the equation for computing the degrees of freedom? So, isn't it like n minus 1 or let's see.
It's rows minus 1 times columns minus 1, and that's the degrees of freedom.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the correct choice for degrees of freedom for this problem would be, so we have 2 rows and 3 columns, right?
What is it asking? What's the correct choice? Like, what's the degrees of freedom?
That's what I'm thinking it's asking.
That's weird. That's a weird way of asking.
Yeah, because they didn't even say like round to the nearest or anything.
Well, so it would be there's 2 rows minus 1 is 1, and then 1, 2, 3. So it'd be
3 minus 1.
3.
So it'd be 1 times 2, which is 2.
Yeah. That's a weird way of asking.
Yeah, I don't know what the correct choice, what that is. Why doesn't it just say, what is the degrees of freedom?
So it's 2.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's a weird way of asking it. What is the correct choice for the degrees of freedom?
Because it doesn't even give us a choice.
Is it talking about, so it says for questions 3 through 9, so do we need to put in those column numbers and then figure out it that way, or?
Does it tell us the degrees of freedom on that little chart thing? Oh, it does.
Yeah, so we could like input those numbers in the sheet. And so we got, let's see, 50, 50, delete that. And we don't do the totals. Oh. So it'd just be 3 columns, male and female. That's all we're inputting. And then the degrees of freedom, where is that at? It's 2. Yeah, it's 2. So
All right.
there you have it. That's just a weird way of doing it.
Yep. Okay. Are the requirements for conducting a, what do you call that?
X square.
Oh, X squared
Oh.
test for
I had a
independence.
name, but I don't remember what the name was.
It's not the Chi test, is it? No.
Well, that's what this is, but I can't remember what the.
Oh, maybe that's what that means is chi-square.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
What is?
Yeah, that means chi-square.
Pi square or chi?
Chi.
Chi like kite.
Oh, chi. Chi square. Huh. For
Sorry.
independence met by this data set. What are the are the requirements met? So, what does the chart say? Is it above 5?
We're looking at the
Count.
count.
Isn't it the expected count?
They're all
So,
above 5?
yeah, they're all above 5.
Wait, is it the count or is it the expected?
Either way, they're all above 5.
Oh, okay. I can't remember if it's the count or it's the expected. I'd
We have to know that to know if it's what we're doing. Are the requirements for conducting, because yes, there are 5 observed counts in at least one cell. Yes, there are at least 5 expected counts in each cell. Yes, all of the expected cell counts are greater than 30. It's not that one because we just have to have at least 5. And I think we look at the expected, but I can't remember.
Okay, I think you're right. I think we do look at the expected.
Yeah, and they're all above 5, so.
Okay.
So then we're good.
Yep. So it's yes, they are. Is it the first one? They are 5 observed counts in at least.
No, I think it's the 4th one. There are at least 5 expected counts in each cell.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alrighty.
Okay. So, what is the value of chi-square test statistic for this problem? So the chi-square test statistic is 16.20. So I'll just go ahead and tell you the p-value. It is 0.0003.
0.003.
So yeah, there's 3 zeros before the 3, so I don't even know.
0?
Or would we round that to 1?
It wouldn't even be high enough to round to 1.
Yeah, I know, but someone had told me something that you I don't know. They said that, what did they say? I don't remember. Okay, I guess 0.
0.000. Okay, it's your turn, Amy.
All right, which of the following statements best describes the outcome of this study? There is sufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent. There is not enough evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent. There is not enough evidence to suggest that more females vote than males. There is sufficient evidence to suggest that Democrats outnumber Republicans. There is sufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are independent. Now I have to remember what it was we were looking at.
Okay, so P is low, reject the null, so we reject the null, and so it has to be that gender and voting preferences are not independent. So has to do with anything that's not independent. So the last answer is out, the second to last answer is out, and the third answer is out. So it's either one of the first two. That's what I think.
So is there sufficient evidence or is there not enough evidence? That's what we gotta figure out.
We're rejecting the null, so we're saying there's sufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent.
So it'd be the first one.
Right.
Okay.
That always confuses me. Alrighty, next problem. In this set of questions, we will review the reasons for seeking chiropractic care. Study from the reading with modified data. Please use the data presented here for questions 10 to 14. Right-click on the link below and select Open Link in tab to download the data for questions 10 through 14. Is that SPSS?
Well, it has a thing right there.
Yeah,
It
that's
lists a
SPSS.
chart. So
SAV? That's SPSS though, right?
yeah, that's SPSS. So I'm just gonna dump it into that chi-square thing.
Yeah, I'll just do it into the Excel one. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, perfect.
I'll try doing it in SPSS.
Okay. Row 2 is 4, 70, 75, and 2, 70,
I found out there's a place in Rexburg you can rent dogs.
yeah, me too. I
And
found
it's like $25 for 90 minutes. Like, you gotta be joking. Rent little puppy dogs.
Crazy. Shooter, no!
Alright. Let's see here. It's snowing pretty good outside.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We just got back from my survival course just in time then.
Yeah.
We're making rock and bone tools, so we had to go out and find some good river rocks and some obsidian and make some blades, and then then he each gave us a chopped off deer leg, and we had to cut off all the skin, all the tendons, muscles, stuff like that, get to the bone, and then we're gonna next class make tools out of the bones.
Holy cow.
That's intense.
So it'll be
They
pretty
should,
cool.
they should call that class Bear Grylls 101.
Don't even mention Bear Grylls. He'll get mad about Bear Grylls. He thinks Bear Grylls is an idiot.
Oh, he thinks Bear Grylls is
Yeah. And it's true. A lot of the stuff he teaches on the show like goes against the survival doctrine. Like, you never drink your own pee. That just dehydrates you more, and just all this other stuff that he does. It's just for ratings, and it's not stuff that would actually help you in a survival situation. It'd make things worse.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. I
So,
hear
yeah.
you guys, like, for your final exam, have to survive without a sleeping bag or something like that?
Yeah, we have a December 10th. We have a 3-day trip, so we're going to be we build our own we're going to build our own shelter, and then we can't use a sleeping bag, we can't use a canteen, we can only use the stuff that we make. So we can use our survival knife, and then whatever clothes we wear, and then that's pretty much it. So
Wow.
yeah, so it's going to be really cold, and it's going to be interesting. So I'll be nice and toasty, though. I'm going to build a super shelter, so my shelter would be nice 100 degrees or so inside, while it's like below 20 outside.
Wow.
I think my 13-year-old would love doing something like that.
It's relatively easy. You just need some clear plastic, like tough painter's plastic, you know, and then Mylar blanket. And so you do the plastic part, you know, as the shelter, and then you put the Mylar blanket in the back of the shelter, and then you put a fire just outside the shelter, and it creates a greenhouse effect type deal. The heat comes in through the plastic, and then it bounces off the Mylar, and then it gets trapped by the plastic.
Huh.
Wow.
That's cool. All right. Did you guys get all your stuff inputted?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. I think I got mine in SPSS. I hope.
Okay.
I did it right.
So the first question that it asks is if the conditions for conducting the chi-square test for independence are satisfied. So the only thing that satisfies it is if it's above 5, right? Is there other requirements?
No, that's the only one.
Okay, so all the expected ones are above 5 that I can see.
Yeah.
So I would say true.
I would say true too.
Okay. I guess it would have to be true since all the other questions follow about that.
Yeah, but sometimes if it's not true, they still have us do the test, even if
Oh,
it's...
really? Oh, okay. That's true. I didn't realize that. Okay, so for the degrees of freedom, I got 8. Did everybody else get that?
That's what I got.
Me too.
Sweet. Okay.
So I got for the chi-squared test statistic, I got 7.44.
Yep, me too.
SPSS says 7.436.
Oh.
Hmm.
And then you round.
Yeah, 7.436. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, this just automatically rounds.
So 7.44.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the p-value is 0.490.
Well, let me
Yep.
find the value. I don't see it.
It's got to be like the sig to tell. It should be right.
Oh, yeah, okay. What did you say?
0.490.
Oh, yeah, that's what... See, I did it right.
Yay! Oh man, this one's a hard one. I can never get these sufficient, insufficient crap.
I know I got all these like things wrong with the homework, and then I went back and the tutor's like, "Okay, this is why you got that wrong." And I was like, I was trying to write down what he said, but he's talking too quick.
So the P is above, so we
fail to reject the null.
fail to reject.
So we keep it.
Yeah.
So they are independent.
So there's...
It doesn't look like any of them say that they're independent.
So what describes the outcome of this study?
I would guess it's one of the last two. There's insufficient evidence that they are not independent, since they are independent.
So because we failed to reject the null, then we're looking at what the alternative hypothesis is, basically, right?
Yeah.
So it's whatever one of these statements is what would be the alternative. And so the alternative says the locations and the motivations to visit a chiropractor are not independent. That's what the alternative is. So
I don't remember.
now we just need to figure out if there's sufficient or insufficient evidence. I mean, the numbers all look big enough to say that, because this level of significance is 0.5 and we blew that out of the water. So wouldn't there be sufficient evidence then?
Oh, wait. Yes, you're right. Yeah. See, it just always throws me off.
So it'd
Okay,
be the
yeah.
last.
We're trying to prove the alternative and not the null, right?
Yeah. And so which one describes the study? So we would, whatever the alternative hypothesis is, whatever one of these is basically that.
Oh, wait, hold on. Because it's saying... So we failed to reject it, so we're keeping the null. And the last answer is saying that we do have sufficient evidence that they are not independent, which is saying that the alternative is correct.
Oh, yeah, we want to do the opposite.
Yeah. So then we're saying that there's insufficient evidence that it is not
Okay.
independent. Because the second one doesn't make any sense, and then the first one doesn't either.
We're not even talking about self-care, so we can get rid of that one.
Yeah. So yeah, so it'd be the third answer. And then, are we? Let me double check on the number 9. There's sufficient evidence that they're not independent. They're not independent. Because the P is lower than 0.05? Okay, yeah, that sounds correct. Okay, all volunteers tribute.
All right.
Yay, we got 100.
Sweet. So we keep 9 the same and...
Keep 9 the same, and 14 is the third answer.
Cool.
Yay, us.
Woo!
So I'm
I
definitely...
like these cheat sheets. Keep them coming.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, they usually use this one in business statistics, but he's like, I see no reason why you shouldn't.
Alrighty.
Desktop.
Okay, so one last thing before we head out, as far as the group thing, because I need to turn it in again so that he can approve it.
Okay.
So I went back and changed it a little bit, but I think there's one thing missing. So our research question is, do female drivers get into more accidents than male drivers? The population we're studying is Provo, right? And Amy, did your friend,
Yeah, she told me, hold on, let me see if I can find the message. She wasn't sure how long it would take to get the information from the records, and I was going to call him today, but I haven't yet. Said we could even maybe try talking to insurance agents and see if they could give us an idea.
Okay.
But I will, when we get done here, I'll call the police department and see how long it takes, and I'll email you guys and let you know.
Okay. Another backup plan I have is for one of my business classes, we have to have a business report, and so we're given a bunch of data as far as crimes that are done in in BYU Provo, BYU Idaho, and then the state of Idaho and Utah. So if we wanted to, we could kind of use that as well.
Okay.
And since I already have all the statistics, the data is given from like, I can't remember, like 1999 to like 2012. So we could do that at 2, because I feel like that would be really fast and easy. And the research question would be, which is Idaho, does Idaho have less crime rates than Utah or something like that, or crimes? So that's just like a backup plan in case this fails.
I think that's a great backup plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so then we'll just wait on what your friend says, and then for the sampling, which kind of sampling would we be doing? Is it random, or are we doing? Because I guess we're technically not doing any sampling, maybe.
That's a good question.
Or I guess the statistics from Provo is already, I guess that's already the sampling. I don't know how they would, I guess you'd have to ask maybe how they got it. If they just did like random, or I don't know. Or just like convenience, what's that called? Convenient sampling or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess we'll wait on your friend to see what she says.
Okay,
We'll go from there.
I will get on it today.
Okay. All right, and then we'll make a decision by tomorrow so I can turn it into them by tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, thanks guys.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
See ya.
Bye.